Hey guys, it's Spaces Sims, and we are back with more 9-Rip, and we are going to start Sayo's route today. I'm very excited for this. I've tried to record this part like 3 times, but everything is falling apart right now. Like, my guide closed, and then I couldn't, and then like, oh my good lord, guys, it's been a mess. But anyway, I am seriously freaking excited. We're gonna do the common route for the other realm, which is Saya and Minami, so that's technically what we're starting, but it's Saya's route. So anyway, we escape reality with something delicious. Obviously, you can tell I opened up our common route save. I'm going to assume that after we get through this, we'll have like a new option because what are we going to do to get to the spirit realm, I think, which is where Koharu and uh, Yukimaru. I'm like, what's his name? Anyway, I don't remember all the voices we did because it's been like a week or so since I've recorded this, maybe a little bit more because I had to start playing Virtue. So, yeah. And I needed to get caught up on that because I was very like behind, like, where we were. So we're caught up roughly in time with this. We're like only a few days off now. So, um, but I'm so fucking excited. I need this. I need this. Virtue is very heavy. And like you record a part or two and you're like, no, I'm just sad inside. Like even when you're having happy moments, it's such a heavier game and you're like, I just want to go back and date my dead ghost boyfriends. Like this shouldn't this shouldn't be the lighthearted game that it is with everything. You're like, we're like dying. I mean, then like we don't always get the perfect endings where we get to be with our dead ghost boyfriend, or when we do, we die. But like, there's something about this that you're like, oh no, it's still such a peppy game for not actually being what you know, like it's it's a really sad state of the world where you're like, I really just want to go back and play the game where I die and I get to be with my ghost boyfriend. Like that's just, that's not normal, but yet here we are. Anyway, escape reality with something delicious. I knew I didn't have time to do that. I knew it better than anyone. But still, my favorite cafe's ice cream parfait just popped into my mind. And we're going to do something that makes us end up in hell. It's going to be interesting. I really am the worst. I knew that if I just tried to escape my problems, nothing would be resolved. If anything, they'd just get worse. Not if you just keep ignoring them, then eventually you die and they go away. Huh? Huh? That's what this game is teaching you. But if I'm going to make a decision about my future, I really shouldn't try to rush myself. Also, this game doesn't help in the, like, because the whole point of her is like, I'm just going to avoid my problems, and I know that's going to make it worse, and then she dies and goes to hell and meets the hottest fucking man in existence, and then is like, nah, I think I'm going to go, fuck. I'd be like, this is awesome. I'm just going to stay here. Like, okay. Why would you leave? Listen, the endings for Saya's route are going to disappoint me if I don't get to stay in hell with my hot hell guardian boyfriend, okay? Because I'm just saying. I've been looking forward to this. I love this son of a bitch so fucking much. His route could be the worst, like I've said. I will still love him at the end. Like, I will bet y'all a cookie that it does not change, and I'm like, I can sit there and be like, his route sucked, but I still love him. They did him a disservice because he's perfect. I'm just saying. So I have high expectations coming into this. Also, this game has just given me high expectations, because, like, everything has been so good so far. Anyway. Anyway, but if I'm going to make a decision about my future, I really shouldn't try to rush myself. That's actually a good thought. Using that as an excuse, I deluded myself into trying to run away from my problems. Giving yourself time to properly think about it is not, like, a bad thing. But, like, that's just an excuse I'm using to delude myself. That's also valid in her case, but, it's not wrong to give yourself time, I tried to avert my eyes from both my mom and my future and just focus on the delicious parfait I was about to eat. Sometimes that's what you need to do, though. Sometimes you really just need to disassociate from reality, pretend it's not happening, and live in Delulu land for a little while, because reality sucks. Hello, Ishiki. Nice to see you again. The owner of the cafe smiled as he spoke to me. I came here often ever since I was little, and I remember my father taking me a few times. Good afternoon. I just needed a parfait today, You've been coming here since you were a little kid. To think you're already in high school. Time sure flies, doesn't it? Hey, that reminds me. How would you feel about a job here? Part-time, I mean. A part-time job? Okay, this is interesting because, like, in some of the other routes, it was like, I need to think about my future. I don't know what I'm going to do. And then I think it wasn't until Sena's route that it was like, we decided then we were going to become a pastry chef. You know what I mean? And we got a job here. So I was kind of wondering if she changes maybe what she does. Because, like, in some of the other routes, they don't really explain. They don't tell you what she does. You know what I mean? And, like, in Koyo's route, he was like, maybe listen to your mom and actually, like, research what a job in the medical field would entail. You know, it was the kind of, not really pushing you, but being more, like, open to it. So there's a possibility in that future that she decides to become a doctor or something because, you know what, actually, it really does interest me. And before, you know, my mom was just pushing me and I was just fighting back against it in, like, my teenage rebellion where, you know, naturally sometimes you just do, no, I'm not just gonna do what you say, Mom. And then sometimes you're like, actually, yeah, no, I probably should have. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you just rebel autonomously, you know? It's kind of like, I'm old as fuck, and every time my mom's like, you should, like, you know, you gotta, like, go, or you should be doing, like, cleaning, you should dust. I'm not just never gonna dust ever again! I hate dusting, so... You know what I mean? Or every time I'm like, you should go out and... Why would I want to go out and meet people? Have you met me? Like, no, but, like, you know what I mean? So sometimes you just still keep doing that. Sometimes your parents naturally, like, do these things, and you're naturally... inclined to be like, I'm gonna do the exact opposite. I'm gonna hide myself in my house and never speak to another human again. You know? Also, I'm just an introvert, so any excuse to not talk to people. But, you know, so they kind of leave it open in most routes, but it's very interesting that they're bringing it back around to, hey, we're gonna here part-time, and that maybe this will be something, this will be the perfect way to get to stay in hell. You think? Because I'm sure she's too good to go to hell when she dies, so we could just, like, rob the place, and then we'll go to hell, right? I'm just curious how we get there, but how do I stay there? Just let myself die, obviously, but anyway. A part-time job? It'd sure be a big help. You already know the store and menu really well. Technically, my school allowed us to have part-time jobs, but things are really busy at school right now. I'm afraid I'll have to pass. Ah, refused again. But if you change your mind, just let me know. That offer's on the table whenever you want it. As I watched the owner walk away, I couldn't help but sigh. If I really am that busy, I shouldn't be coming here. But everybody deserves a break. As I left the coffee shop, I still didn't feel like going home, so I walked aimlessly around the place. If I went home now, I knew my mom would just bug me again about going to Sagan. I sighed loudly. As I walked, I noticed a large torii gate come into view. Can't believe I walked all the way to Tsukumo Shrine. I never considered myself a religious person and didn't put much stock in such things. Still, I did have some connection to the shrine. My mom would take my sister and me to pray here at the start of every year. You know, I've given this a lot of thought and I still haven't come up with an answer. Maybe I should try praying about this. And so I go and pray. Actually, never mind. Huh. Well, okay, here's the thing. I wonder if the escape reality with something delicious also brings you to the spirit realm, and maybe this is the differentiation. But we don't have another... Well, I don't know if we have another save file, to be fair. Because go and pray does not sound like something you should be doing if you are gonna end up in hell. Not that she's trying to get to hell, but we are. We are trying to guide her to hell, right? Because we want to be there with Seiya and sure Manami, I guess, if you're into that. But, like, that's where we're going, so why would we go pray? Seems kind of the opposite, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna guess we'd go, actually, never mind. But I'm wondering if, like, go and pray would be then... Because, you know, there's only 3 options, and there's 4 common branches, technically. So does another one open up? After this, once you get through this common route, does another option open up to go to the spirit realm? Because I didn't think those were locked. I thought only the final character, like the god that knocks your block off, and the Orion, so to speak, of this game, is the locked kind of thing. I actually don't even know what his name is, but I will actually tell you, though. I did see, like, I know I've seen him quickly before, and especially the little chibi version or whatever, but I was on Twitter the other day, even though I've moved to Blue Sky. So if Blue Sky's such a happier place, it's so much nicer than the echo chamber that is the toxic Twitter. Well, you know what? I'll call it X now because that's when it became toxic. Before I would I'm going to call it Twitter forever because fuck Elon Musk and X. Okay, fuck all that shit. That's bullshit. But now it's actually become a toxic little echo chamber, so we can call it X because it's garbage now. It's our X, and it deserves to be in the trash. Twitter was a nice place, but someone ruined that. Anyway, but every once in a while I still go on when I'm bored, and I only but because there's still some Atome people over there that haven't quite moved yet, whatever. Anyway, point being, I saw a picture, official, art or whatever for the game with, all the characters. And I was like, and then I actually got a view of our secret character. And I was like, actually the voice we've been using does not fit him at all. Because I was basing off the chibi, he's cute and adorable. He's not cute and adorable. He's actually kind of pretty. So I got a little spoiler with that. Not a big deal, because, they're not hiding him. Where if you look at, main art, you can see him, and I'm pretty sure he's on the cover. But the weird thing is my cover's over there, and I didn't look too in-depth. I was like, don't look too much. But it's weird. The chibi is what sticks in my head, and, for some reason, my brain misconstrued that into giving him, a more baby-faced appearance than he actually has. So the voice we gave him doesn't fit. But we're gonna roll with it for when we do that. Because I really need to actually get a better eyeball view of him, and I don't feel like spoiling it too much for myself. I know that doesn't make sense. I've seen him, but it's not like when you see the other characters more and more, and then they kind of imprint in your brain. You see that character, once or twice, and you're like, I'm just gonna try to forget. Because, we did see him in the background, technically, at the end of Kureha's route, and yet still, it didn't, dawn on me that he doesn't quite look like the voice. You know what I mean? But now I'm now it's hazy in my memory. It's I'm trying to block it out so we're not as spoiled. I'm not anyway. But yeah, the voice we gave him doesn't fit. But we're just going to say for now that, it's he's hiding his voice. So we're going to keep using that one until he actually shows up, and then we'll just kind of change it to whatever. Because by that point, we can kind of recycle one of our other voices a little bit. Because I don't have that many. Anyway, point being, I wonder if, this is a split for the other. It's not, but it is actually, never mind. Okay, so. And now, who knows? Maybe when you open the other one, they just start with escape reality, and we just skip to here. I don't know. On second thought, maybe not. This wasn't really something to pray about. This was something I needed to figure out on my own. Also, I'm pretty sure it's this one that somebody mentioned how you can skip to the next choice. Thank you. I do forget honestly which games. Yes, sometimes I know which games you can skip to the next choice, but I forget because we go back and forth with so many that I'm always can I skip on this one? And what button do I hit? Because every game is fucking different. Sometimes it's a toggle, sometimes it's the Joy-Con, sometimes it's a button so I never remember which button is it on which game that lets you do it and some don't let you do it. But also, I sometimes don't like to do it because flipping through and skipping through and seeing the scenes kind of vaguely imprints in my brain what the hell just happened. Because if we just skip the next choice, I'm like, what the fuck happened here? I still sometimes feel that way, but the flashing images, I'm like, oh, okay, that's that scene. Oh, okay, that's that scene. And it kind of refreshes my memory, so. And, sometimes I like to skip to next choice because I'm like, fuck this, we already just read this. But, in this one, I'm not going to bother because my memory is like a sieve and I forget everything that happens. So, literally, I came in here and I'm like, I forget all the voices that we gave them. And for you, I played this yesterday. And for me, it's been a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks max. I don't even really know. And I'm very I don't remember. All I know is I desperately want to come back. But as I walked among the stretching shadows, I saw the sights of the city around me. But also, I will forget by the time we get to the skipping portion that I will forget again that this one allows you to skip to the next choice. So thank you, but I'm going to forget, so it doesn't matter. A child running alongside her friend. A businessman rushing home, phone in hand. Sena hiding under the stairs trying... Oh, we're not dead yet. We can't see him. A group of high school boys who looked to be about the same age as me hanging around. Hey, how'd you guys do on the practice test? Yikes, not so good. I ended up marking D on all the questions I didn't know, so basically half the test. Oh, you think that's bad? I ended up marking E on all the ones I didn't know. I don't think E was even an option. Hearing those words, I felt a kind of pain in my chest. If only I could be somewhere that wasn't here. It was unrealistic, but still, I couldn't help but indulge in fantasies of other places. The next day, I took the survey I had in my bag and placed it inside a drawer in my desk. All that was written on it was my name. Fearing my mother might catch me working on it, I couldn't concentrate on it. Morning! You're early today! Morning. I woke up early and couldn't get back to sleep. Actually, I didn't really sleep much at all. And I don't remember Sayaka's voice either. As my mind churned over what to do with my life, sleep just never came. I'm just so tired of thinking about this. Hey, are you okay? Actually, she sounds more like... What's her face right now? Yui, but... sorry, I kind of spaced out. Again, I don't know why people don't expect me, named Spacey, to space out. Not to. Ugh, I can't deal with this anymore. As she groaned, Sayaka searched inside her bag and placed an energy drink on my desk. Here, drink this. Get yourself together, girl. Ugh, thanks. Sayaka stared back at me with a bitter smile on her face. Whatever happens, if you want to talk about it, I'm here for you. With that, Sayaka returned to her seat. I'm afraid that won't work this time. I didn't even have the courage to talk to her about all this. Before I knew it, the final bell had rung and school was out for the day. Getting ready to head home, I took my books out of my desk and found the blank sheet of paper where I was supposed to write about my future. Maybe I should write Sagan University and just be done with it. As the thought entered my mind, I felt a sharp ringing in my ear. Why don't we take a look? This is definitely not the way the character looked. But again, we're just gonna... He's throwing his voice, and we just hear a voice, and it's like weird in our head and muffled, and it's like a bad phone connection. You know what I mean? Huh? I quickly looked around the classroom, but there was no one else there. There's nobody here. Where had everybody gone? There were so many people here just a little while ago. So many strange things have been happening to me. I felt dazed and my muscles felt cold. Maybe I should go see a doctor or something. Why don't we take a look and see what you should do with your life? This time I heard it clear as day. There it is again. That voice. Who are you? I called out to the empty room. Although I'm pretty sure the... Yeah, because... Well, okay, so... I'm assuming Toka is the name of our god. Spoiler? But, like, I mean, hi, it's not really much, but... is Mathis and Verche, which is so funny we're playing... And then is Sylvie in Cupid Parasite. And Emilio! Emilio! Right, we already looked that up. And, like... I don't remember what Emilio sounded like or Sylvie actually sounded like, but they're all, like, cutesy characters. So, like, I'm just thinking he's got to have, like... I think that's where, too, you're like, he's got cute boys. So he kind of had the Sylvie treatment. So I think that's also where we got it from. And then, like... But maybe he's just more a little soft voice as opposed to cutesy. Because he's not... He looks more like soft boy than cutesy boy, but it's okay. Whatever. I'm the one who'll lead you into the darkness. The path ahead will be full of trials. But please, don't give up. If you keep moving forward, I know you'll find it. The path you're truly meant to take. The moment the voice stopped, my eyes got all blurry and my head shook. And all at once, my world went dark. Have we done this before? I mean, we've technically done this before, because I was like, this is very We generally have the same conversation with him every time, but it's fine. I put my elbows on the desk and laid my head down. Then I found the career path survey that had been on my desk was neatly sliced in two. And that's different, though. Before it was blank, and then it was ripped up into like 5 or 6 pieces, and now it's in 2. What? What happened while I wasn't looking? Fearfully, I reached out to touch the paper, only to find there was nothing strange about it. Indeed, it was strange that it ripped on its own, but nothing else about it was off, and also neatly sliced, not, like, torn. First things first, I should probably put it away in my desk. I'll ask the teacher for another copy tomorrow. Actually, I could have just gone to the office and asked for another copy right away. I knew nothing would change by postponing things. Suddenly, my pocket vibrated, and I jolted in response. Okay, who's calling us this time? Huh. It's just my phone. I took out my phone and saw Mom displayed on the screen. Okay, because last time it was Sayaka. I really don't want to talk to her right now. As I put the phone away in my bag, I heard that dreadful sound again. Please, allow me to invite you into the ultimate darkness. My eyes were open, yet my vision was shrouded in darkness. What's going on? My mind went totally blank. I found myself unable to think. The next time you wake, please don't run away. The voice stopped, and my thoughts disappeared with it. And he isekai'd us to fucking hell. I don't really know what the purpose of that one was, boy. Or not. Okay. I was like, it's just still black screen. I don't know which one. Who's saying hey? You'd think it'd be Seiya, but it could be someone else. But anyway, come on. Please wake up. Oh, nope, it's Manami. Oh, look, first Manami CG. So Manami's the one trying to wake us up. Interesting. Because he was kind of like antagonist in Koyo's route. So the moment I opened my eyes, the first thing I saw was the face of a concerned young man looking down at me. What voice didn't he have like the, like, oh yeah, yeah, he was kind of like, right? Isn't that kind of, yeah, not quite as cutesy as this? He had, because we don't have, but I don't remember the Manami voice. I really don't, guys. I don't. We only had it for a short while, and like I told you, I forget, and like now I'm like, oh fuck, I don't know. Okay, we'll work into it because I don't remember. I don't think it was quite like that, but it wasn't quite as bro dude. Like, but like I gotta ease into it, so we'll kind of work around some stuff. So thank goodness you were sleeping for so long. I didn't know what to do. Okay, maybe that works. What? Why am I riding on a train? The train didn't look like an ordinary train either. It was completely red. And the boy in front of me, is this a train? I guess you're still half asleep, huh? Half asleep? Yeah, I guess so. I remember getting ready to go home, but I couldn't remember anything after that. It's sorry to ask you this while you're still half asleep, but do you think you can help me out? Huh? I'm just trying to get back to Narimigahama Station. See, the thing is, I've never seen this place before. Lying sack of shit! You're such a liar! Never seen this place. Having heard that, I took a look out the window. He's so full of shit! Okay, so see, the only problem is with this, I mean, you do Koyo's route first, so you already know Minami's a demon to begin when you start the game. It's not like it's whatever. But, you know what I mean? Like, you already know a little bit about him from Koyo's route, so it almost kind of takes when you get to this, and he's like, I don't know what you would know even if he wasn't in Koyo's route at all. When you got here, you'd be like, you're full of shit. Come on, wait a minute. Something's sus about this. You would know he was being, like, full of shit, but there would still be a little mystery of, like, okay, but what's your end game, dude? You know what I mean? But they kind of ruined that by putting him in Koyo's route and having him be like a slight antagonist there for like a half a second because like, yeah, you get introduced to him. So I kind of see that. It kind of flows in. You know, like when you do the school ghost stories, you kind of get introduced to the idea of Koyo because of Kureha, right? And then you kind of see him at the end and that one ending. But you kind of get used to the idea of him and Sena because Hibiki is like, oh yeah, there was this kid that used to dance in front of the mirror. So they kind of tie him in a little. And then when you're in the urban legends, what say is overarching and everybody, you get used to him everywhere. But like, you know what I mean? He's still kind of mysterious. You're like, I know what your job is, but you're still mysterious. So like, we don't know what to expect from you aside from being gorgeous. And like, you know, Minami's a demon. So you know he's probably gonna be full of shit. Like, okay, you know he's a little shit. just That's just my assumption, and maybe it'll be different, but you know what I mean? Like, you know, not in a bad way, but then having him like come after you in Koyo's Wreck kind of takes a little bit of the mysteriousness of the character out of it. Like, I get introducing him, like, especially like in your dreams or whatever, but he gets really like antagonistic and psychotic. So then when you get here and he is like, I don't know where I am, you're like, you're a lying sack of shit, motherfucker. Fuck you, you're lying. You know? And as opposed to, if you hadn't done any of that, you'd be here, you'd be like, I know you're fucking lying, bro. Come on. And then, you know, I think it takes something out of it. Like, that they had him in Koyo's route, and now you're like, you would know he's lying either way. But I think it just takes a little bit of the fun out of it, knowing you're like, no, you're absolutely fucking lying, as opposed to being like, I know you're lying, but what's your game? You're like, you are lying, and you are trying to fucking eat my soul, you bastard. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It takes a little something away from it. It takes a little bit of the magic, I think, but what? I couldn't find any other words to speak. There were no words to describe what I was seeing. Not just the train. Everything was blood red. Where are we? I don't know. I woke up here like this too. Panic! Massive panic! What should I do? You were so good at faking this. I felt exactly the same way. I do like that he's like faking this shit with us. I wanted anyone to tell me what the hell was going on. Actually, more than that, I just wanted to go back home to Norimigahama. Just then the train shook violently and the loud shriek of the brakes rang through the car. Looks like we're arriving soon, though I'm not sure where to. I'm so scared! I don't want to get off in this creepy place! I felt as though I wanted to cry too. But seeing as the other person here with me was about to cry, I did my best to stay calm. I like the fact that he is acting like a big fat fucking baby though right now, because we know what a devious motherfucker he is. Please calm down. Panicking isn't gonna help anything. Sorry, you're so calm and collected. I can't help but be a little jealous. I knew that if I looked nervous too, I'd just make him panic again. So I did my best to smile confidently. He looked a little surprised, and then he averted his gaze away from me. Still, I'm glad he seems to have calmed down a bit. All I could do was hope that the place the train finally stopped at would be a little better than where we found ourselves currently. Just then the train stopped. Chapter 1, Other Realm. We made it! We're in hell! Woo! Who thought we'd ever be so fucking excited to go to hell? You know, now when people are like, go to hell, you're like, hell, I volunteer as tribute. I would love to. Have you seen the Grand Warder of Hell? Because I am signed up for that. I'm the top of the list. I will do everything wrong just to go so I can be with this man. That's all I'm saying. Like, this is refreshing. I needed this in my life right now. I needed just the ultimate, like, obsessive fangirlingness. I needed this. God, I'm so excited. Where the hell is my beautiful bastard boyfriend? Where are we? I say that, but he's not a bastard. He seems really kind of fucking nice and adorable. He could be a bastard. He's very mysterious and quiet, but he seems kind of like I don't know. And Koyo's right. I'm talking about like, oh, to fall in love. And it's like, you kind of seem like a hopeless little romantic. I think you're going to be a big fat cinnamon bun, and I'm kind of here for it. I stepped out of the train, and it didn't look anything like the Narimigahama station I was used to. Also, because Shinosuke Tachibana is the one voicing Seiya, and he seems to like to voice, like, the mysterious characters like White Mask and fucking Phantom of the Casino, you know? So you're like, yeah, you got the mysterious characters down, and then your brain goes, also Raphael from Love and Deep Space, and my brain can't, like, put that together. I have a problem. I am like, wait, but wait, because I play Love in Deep Space, and Raphael always shows up on my home screen, and I like to tap him and annoy him until he gets really, because, like, you poke him enough, and he gets all blushy and embarrassed and awkward, and it's cute as fuck to do it, you know? And, like, and now I can just hear his voice in my head, and I'm sure it's not the same affect that he does for Seiya, but it's still like, and I just can't put the two together. That is one of the things that brings me joy, is when you have, like, the voice actors, and you're like, these two characters, and it's the same, and like, they do it so well, and they work so well for both characters, but the characters themselves, when you compare them, you're like, I would not expect them to have the same voice. You know what I mean? Like, when you're like White Mask and Phantom of the Casino, and you're like, yeah. And so, yeah, okay. You're all like kind of mysterious, beautiful weirdos. Yep, okay, I got it. And then you have Raphael from Love and Deep Space, and you're like, that's where, and that's where it's fun. Oh no. Anyway, I'm not going to be able to play that game anymore because now that we're in Seiya's route, well, not really, but you know what I mean. We're on our way there. Every time Raphael shows up, I'm just going to be poking him to listen to him talk to me, and I'm just going to be thinking of this bitch. Everything looked completely new. I couldn't recall ever seeing a station like this on the Narimegahama route. No one was on the platform, and an eerie red light shone through the sky. And I know I keep interrupting myself in doing this, and I'm just really fucking excited, and I can't, like, simmer down, okay? My mind is all over the place, bouncing in my fucking brain of, like, how fucking excited I am to fucking be here. Like, don't you find this place weird? There's no one here besides us. The platform was dead silent. All we could hear were our breaths, tight with anxiety. He gripped my sleeves tightly. I could feel his thin fingers trembling. Like, you are a really good actor, though, sir. You don't have to be so afraid. It'll be okay. Also, the fact that, like, she's like, we're on a weird train. You haven't noticed his weird little horn thingies? You haven't noticed that? You just think he's, like, dressed up in a weird costume. You're like, your headpiece is really interesting. You know what I mean? Like, you don't notice these little, like, you just, you weren't like, he's dressed a little odd wearing, like, what I assume is a headpiece. Not the fact, because you can't see him growing out of his skull, but, like, you don't think that is not normal? I'm just saying. Anyway. But, first things first, we should figure out the name of the station. I looked around until something caught my eye. No way. What's the matter? Nervously, I pointed toward a nearby sign. On that simple sign was written the station name. Kisaragi Station? Nothing here seemed familiar, but I'd heard the name of the station before. I've never heard of this station before. Have you? You've never heard about the urban legend of Kisaragi Station? Sayaka had told it to me over and over. Kisaragi Station's known to exist in the other realm. No one truly knows where it is. There are various theories online, but what's most scary is, once you leave that station, you'll never return alive. Or so the legends say. That's the rumor, anyway. Kisaragi Station, urban legend. An urban legend famous online. It's a fictitious train station located in an alternate world. Some claim to have actually gone there, which led to the rumor spreading online. But if you leave it, you can't come back alive. So then these people came back alive. So that just says that that's a lot of bullshit. What? His voice choked softly, barely audible. No, this can't be happening. Are you saying we're trapped here? Well, that's what the urban legend says. Maybe there really is a Kisaragi station somewhere, one we just didn't know about. Even as I spoke the words, I knew that was unlikely to be the case. But a station with the same name as the legend? That's too bizarre. I've never seen anything like this. It's like we stepped into another world. I was at a loss for words. He is really good at keeping up this fucking act. I hoped it was a mistake or perhaps even a dream. But the lukewarm wind on my face and the unnatural glaring red light, it all felt too real, too present. Oh, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? I can't believe this is happening. All I did was get on the train. I just wanted to go home. His voice echoed, distant and forlorn. I feel so dizzy. I can't even recall getting on the train. I was at school, ready to leave. My mind struggled to retrace my steps. Wait, I was about to head home. And then what happened? The next memory eluded me. No, this isn't the time to be thinking through all of this. We have to get home. Yeah, I know, but how? A train. We're at a station, right? All we have to do is find another train to take us back. A sense of dread crept over me, but I shook it off and turned around. The train we arrived on should have been there still, but... The train... It was just here and... I didn't hear it leave. But now there was nothing. Just a void illuminated in the crimson glow. We're doomed. A single tear ran down his cheek. Look, he's actually crying. He's so good at this. There's no way back. His eyes brimmed with tears and he began to weep. I'm sorry. I cannot get over how into this role and fucking with us he is right now because we know he's full of shit. So, like, this is kind of impressive because a part of me is like, well, like, is the Manami that showed up in Koyo's route, like, different somehow? Like, you know what I mean? And you're like, no, this is an act, but it's just so convincing that you half doubt yourself for a minute. He's really good at gaslighting you, is all I'm saying, man. As I watched him panic, I felt a chill run up my spine to my head. No, if I lose my composure now, everything will be all right. Please don't cry. You say that, but if I want to find a way out for both of us, I gotta stay calm. Let's work together to get home. Stop being so pessimistic! Slap! I just want to slap him and tell him to stop being pessimistic. Okay, this is affection for him. So I feel like saying let's work together to get home is affection for Manami. And stop being so pessimistic wouldn't be. And I'm going to guess right now, because we're in the very beginning, we usually get affection points up for both of them before we get to the split. So it's probably let's work together. Chapter 1. No, it's stop being so pessimistic. Well, that's a shock. Oh, he likes it when we're mean to him, huh? I know everybody loves Manami. He's too baby-faced for me. And, like, he kind of seemed like a little bit of a twat in Koyo's route. But, like, you know, it's the, like, you can have fun with it, I'm sure. But, like, you being the sex demon and having, like, a baby face is kind of weird to me. It's never going to not be weird. But if you're the kind that likes my abuse, I mean, all right, sure. It's always the baby face ones that want you to step on them and abuse them a little, isn't it? Okay, sure. All right, well. Hey, someone's got to take it, so don't be so pessimistic, slap! And then he's into it. All right, okay, whatever. I can kind of understand why people are into that, so... I wish you didn't look 12, but... I pulled out my handkerchief and gently wiped away his tears. Come on, crying won't do you any good. If we get too negative, we'll only fall into despair. Get a hold of yourself, okay? Oh, well, we said that way nicer than I expected, so... Yeah, it's scary, but we've got to do our best to stay positive, okay? You might be right. Maybe. Absolutely, I'm right. I mean, it's not like we're dead. Despite my words, I wondered, could we actually be dead? What if there had been some terrible accident? What if I had died and this was the next life? The thought was chilling, so I pushed it aside and focused back on him. Thanks. I had a feeling you were nice. I guess I was right about you. Oh, you really thought that about me? His tears had stopped and his eyes sparkled. Yeah, I just noticed how composed you were in the train. It was impressive. Oh, you think so? Truth be told, I'm nervous too, but seeing him perk up is a relief. Yeah, no, that's a devious smile. Look at his little devious smile. I'm okay now. Let's find a way back home. Sure. Now that I think about it, I just realized I haven't introduced myself yet. In the midst of all this chaos, I still didn't know his name. I'm Spacey, and you are? I'm Minami. Nice to meet you, Spacey. He extended his hand, which I shook. Then his face lit up with a smile. So you're from Narimigahama too, Spacey? Yeah, I am. I assume you are too, right, Minami? You mentioned heading home to Narimigahama earlier. Oh, please forget about how I acted before. I totally lost my cool, and as a guy, I can't help but be embarrassed. Hey, that's the uniform from Narimigahama High, right? You must be in your late teens, right? Yeah, I am. Are you around the same age, Minami? Yep. Wow, what a coincidence. We're the same age and from the same town. Yeah, well, I'm sure we're the same age. Bullshit. You look 12, but he's probably like 200. That doesn't help anything. You suddenly feel so familiar. I can see us becoming good friends. I think so too. Oh, God. I'm relieved we have something in common, but at first he was so upset, but now all smiles. Yeah, he's sus as fuck. Although we met under strange circumstances, I was quite glad not to be alone. Now that I look closer, his style's quite unique. Look at us scan it. We don't scan everybody else up and down, do we? He'd definitely stand out in a crowd. What is it? Oh, it's nothing. What do you say? Should we try heading out of the station? I quickly tried to let go of his grip. Is something wrong? It's a bit hard to walk if you keep holding my hand. But I'm still scared. Can I hold your hand for a little bit longer? Oh. I hadn't noticed before, but his fingers were still shaking slightly. I thought he was okay because he was smiling. Of course, I'm still a bit scared too. Let's keep holding hands for now. You're really kind, Spacey. You give me so much comfort. Thank you. He smiled and nodded. We gripped our hands together more tightly and started heading toward the exit. I can't wait for Seiya to show up and smack Minami away from us. Oh, look at his little boots! Those are fab. I love them. We walked hand in hand. I could feel my heart race with every step. Why are you smiling like that? Like what? Like creepy? I thought I'd hit it well, but I guess my grin gave it away. Sorry. I thought smiling might help ease the fear. I hope I'm not making you uncomfortable. Not at all. Hey, maybe I'll try smiling too. Leading the way, she seemed so courageous. Earlier when she said it's not like we're dead, that really cheered me up. She tried to hide it, but I could tell she was struggling inside. You sure are impressive. She turned her gaze to face me, which caused my heart to stir. What do you mean? I feel like you saved me back there. Oh, you're just saying that. No, really, it's true. Well, I guess it makes me happy to hear you think I've done so much. Let's stick together, Spacey. I'd worry so much if we got separated. Yeah, definitely. I'd feel so anxious if I was here all alone. I'm glad to hear that. That's right. Don't make me feel anxious, Spacey. He's so shady. He's so shady. Look, there's someone over there. Yeah, I see them. We spotted a few people wandering near the station, but their presence didn't comfort me at all. This place definitely isn't normal. Gazing at the sky, the moon shone an ominous red like blood. No normal person would be able to walk around in a place like this and be unfazed by it. Are they even human? From a distance, their figures seemed distorted. Should we try talking to them? Maybe we should just head back to the station. Huh? But why go back there? It's pointless, right? Besides, the train's already gone. I know, but Everything inside me was screaming that this place was dangerous. Maybe it's safer to wait inside. The train might come back after all. Oh! Minami's attention suddenly shifted. I strained to see what caught his eye. My vision blurred. I tried to escape with all my strength, but then... What's that smell? Huh? Something's wrong. My mind felt numb, and I felt my consciousness rapidly fading. Overwhelmed with drowsiness, I found myself unable to stand. Uh-oh. Not me. Is he doing something to us? Do you think it's Minami or someone saying, hey, wake up? Oh, it must be Minami. Hey, wake up! I know that voice. Oh, no, it's our mom. Oh, right, because Minami's, like, taking over our dreams. So okay. So we're in a dream. I was like, I mean, you knew when we woke up and we saw our mom, like, okay, we're in a draw. All right, Minami's doing, okay. Finally, you're awake. You don't really intend to spend your whole day off sleeping, do you? Come on, breakfast's ready. Oh, was it all a dream? You're still half asleep, aren't you? What a relief. Sighing, I saw my mom chuckle even more. Oh, and then the glitch. Did you see the glitch when the character switched? What are we going to do with you? Did you have a nightmare or something? Huh? I thought I was speaking to my mom, but it was my sister standing there. Huh? Your face is totally blue. Was the dream really that scary? Her face and voice were my sister's, but her words felt eerily like my mom's. Then it hit me. Am I still dreaming? Just then... Yeah, the glitch. I was stunned as the entire scene shifted. What's happening? A strange, mystical space unfolded before my eyes. And there's Minami. A shadow loomed in the distance. I squinted, trying to make out its shape. Suddenly it was right before me. Oh no, I can't breathe. It felt like an invisible force was choking me. I was paralyzed. My body seized up with pain. Sorry. Oh, sorry I couldn't get here sooner. Did you have pleasant dreams while waiting for me? He exuded an aura of despair. The way he spoke filled me with dread and fear. We finally meet here, Spacey. Who? I wanted to speak, but my lips wouldn't move. I wonder if he does a different voice when he's like than when he's like Demon Minami, like Shadow Minami, you know what I mean? Like, because like we know Nobuhiko Okamoto's really good at doing like super sexy voice and like adorable voice. You know what I mean? So like, I'm really wondering if like he's doing like, because otherwise wouldn't she be like, I recognize that voice as Minami, you know what I mean? So I feel like he might be doing, well, because obviously when he's like Minami at the train station, oh, he's acting all scared and cowardly and whatever, and then like when he's in the shadow demon form, you know he'd be more like, hey, what's up, girl? So like now I wonder if he's putting on sexy voice for this, because that's disjointing. Minami with the sexy voice. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to play back with the voice acting, but... I wanted to speak, but my lips wouldn't move. Truthfully, I didn't really care who he was. I was just desperate to escape that place. If you'd let me in, you wouldn't suffer. But I guess it's too late now. Thanks for visiting Kisaragi Station. I'm thrilled to finally get to talk with you. How does he know me? Who is he? Right, introductions first. I was silent, but it seemed like he was able to read my mind. His response caught me off guard. I'm an incubus, existing only in dreams, and I wish to form a soul pact with you. Incubus? Soul pact? I wanted to make a pact sooner, but it was tough while you were in the mortal realm. A pesky god of death was shadowing you, preventing me from getting close. But now... It seems that in hell I've found a place that even a god's power can't reach. Finally, we can make our pact. Hell, a god? What is he talking about? His words were a barrage of nonsense. I struggled to follow. Overwhelmed, my head just couldn't keep up. More than anything, it's all so painful. I felt like succumbing to the agony. You wish to die already? Sorry, but you're staying with me a bit longer. I've wanted to meet you for so long. Let's take things slow. I'm not heartless enough to just steal you away after all. We can always make our pact later. Floral scent filled the air, drawing my consciousness back to the surface. It's very nearly time. I just love our thrilling little game. Let's have some fun, Spacey. With that, the entity vanished. I felt like I was rising, emerging slowly upward, like from the bottom of a deep pool. I felt my consciousness slowly returning to me. And then a light appeared. And faded away. The first thing I saw was the blood-red moon in the sky, bathed in its glow. Is this a new dream, or... I felt a hard, cold surface beneath me, yet there was some warmth there, too. I felt an odd sensation on my hand as well. I'm gonna die. We're getting our first Seiya CG. Oh, God. Oh, look at it. Oh, we can't even see him, and I'm still, like, gonna fall over. Turning my head, I saw a man I didn't know. He was... We're goddamn ridiculously gorgeous. Look at him just holding our hand. Oh, stop it. I'm gonna need a minute. I'm gonna cry. Huh? He knelt on the ground and cradled me gently, disregarding how he dirtied his clothes. His fingertips and then his lips slowly traced the back of my hand. Oh my God! Stop trying to seduce... Actually, keep trying to seduce me. It's working. Look at how goddamn beautiful this motherfucker is. I tried to pull away, but I was still weak from having just woken up. You're awake. I'm relieved. But please, let me go. He continued kissing my hand, glancing up at me as he did so. I do not know what purpose this serves aside from you seducing me, but I am fine with it. Whatever you say. His white hair fell over his eyes, revealing a handsome, cold expression through his bangs. Quiet. I'm purifying where he touched. He? Purify? Listen, I will let Manami touch every fucking inch of me if you are going to have to kiss every inch of me to purify, is all I'm saying. Like, sir, don't tempt me. Like, I will do wildly inappropriate things just for this. Just for the purification. Seriously? I am a filthy, horrible gutter wench. Purify me, sir. Jesus Christ. This ain't gonna get any better, guys. Like, this is gonna be wildly inappropriate, this whole ride with this motherfucker. And please don't misunderstand. This isn't romantic. Yeah, it is. It might not be on your side, but it is for me. I'm doing this for your own good. What's he talking about? You should be better now. Don't leave me. I want that CG to stay forever, although your sprites are beautiful too. He stopped kissing me, then gently helped me sit up. I have finished with the purification. Thank you? I was confused, but given the fact that he was helping me, I decided it best to be polite and thank him. That's right. Where are we? The person I was with, where is he? Calm down. Please allow me to explain. He cleared his throat in preparation before speaking. We're at the Hell Organization's Eastern Japan branch, or HO for short. I am the Grand Warder of the HO. My name is Seiya. Huh? What was that? Eastern Japan's branch of what? Seiya grinned. Look how adorable he is when he smiles. Hell Organization. Think of it as a place for the dead who have done evil things in life. It's, well, hell. Did you say... What? I desperately hoped I'd misunderstood. Hell. This is hell. The afterlife for sinners. Hell? It seems that in hell I found a place that even the gods' power can't reach. Finally, we can make our pact. It wasn't quite his voice, but that's okay. My dream also mentioned hell. It seemed too odd to be mere coincidence. I can't believe hell really exists, but the atmosphere here was intense. The sky was a deep crimson with a blood-red moon glowing ominously. So, I really am in hell? In that case, am I dead? No, you're still alive. Your name, Spacey Ishiki, isn't on the deceased list. Saya gently touched my hand again. Besides, you have a warmth about you that only the living possess. He then placed my hand back on my lap. To clarify, I know your name because I'm a bit of a stalker. At least you admit it, and I am not even concerned at all. I'm only joking. It's all part of my job as the HO's Grand Warder, nothing more. You say that, but like, you can stalk me left, right, up, down, east, west, all day to Sunday, okay? I'm just saying. Like, stalk me, baby. I accept this. Don't get the wrong idea. You're not my type. Oh, ouch! And besides... I tuned him out, totally lost in thought. Wait, if I'm alive, then why am I in hell? What do you mean I'm not your type, son of a bitch? That hurts. I'm fawning over here and I'm not your type? Rude. That is a rude thing to say right off the bat. And I also feel like that's bullshit because I'm just saying in Koyo's right, you're like, oh, I'm so jealous, like whatever. And you were a little flirty with me, so don't whatever, not your type. Maybe I'm not your type because I'm not dead. I don't like the living. It's a little, I'd say that's fucked up, but you're the Grand Warder of Hell, so it makes sense, you know? Saya looked at me sympathetically. I found you with a demon who had apparently stolen your heart and abducted you. A demon? Seriously? No, the god kind of had something to do with this. His words were so unexpected, I merely stared back at him, speechless. A demon, like a demon? I don't understand the question, and I won't respond to it. Fine. Demons are I like how he's like, I won't respond to it, and then instantaneously he's like, fine. Or we're just staring, like, questioningly, because we're like, I don't know what's happening. I can't math. Fine. Demons are malevolent beings. They bring calamity and deceive people. So demons really exist. It was hard to believe, but standing as I was in hell, perhaps I had to reconsider everything. Alright, so I guess I have to accept that demons are real. For now, at least. But I wasn't abducted. I was with someone after I left the station. That's right. Then came the flowery scent, and I passed out. It's strange, but I suddenly became drowsy, and the next thing I knew, I was here. That person you were with was the demon. I can't believe it. He seems so... Did he call himself Minami? Yes! You became sleepy near Minami, right? The scent, he admits, can be quite intoxicating. He lured you into a dream, and, let me guess, you had a dream with an incubus? He was dead on. I quickly fell silent. It was clear he wasn't joking, which only made me more anxious. Minami, a demon? Still, I couldn't get myself to accept that. Did you capture Minami? No, he's not easily destroyed. Once I rescued you, he hurried off. Which means he's still out there. As I processed Saya's words, the idea of Minami being a demon lingered. I don't believe it. I don't know. I feel like I don't believe it because, like, I don't believe it is like, I don't know is like, I don't know if I trust you, but I don't believe it is like, wow, I don't believe that. Holy shit. You know what I mean? It's like you're processing that someone just told you the truth. So, like, it's not really a denial. It's more like, wow, I cannot believe that happened. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't believe it. Oh. I just want all the affection with you. I understand you're telling me this because you're worried about me, but I need to see Minami and ask him myself. I won't believe it otherwise. Although I just met Minami, I couldn't bring myself to believe he was evil. On the other hand, Saya had told me all of this, and he didn't seem evil either. No, he's gorgeous. I'd listen to anything he says. One of them's lying to me, and that I can't stand for. Your caution is good. I don't know how deep your bond with Minami is,
but I think your attitude toward me is correct.
Huh?
Being careful with strangers is wise, especially in a place like this. I commend your wariness.
Thank you. I didn't know how else to respond, but his praise felt strange since I was doubting his story.
If you're set on it, why not confront Minami? It's your choice to trust me or Minami, but remember, I will help you of my own volition. Even if you choose Minami, I'll still come for you.
That is hot. I love it. What do you mean?
Isn't it obvious? By returning you to the mortal realm.
I've heard that term before. What do you mean by the mortal realm?
It's where the living reside, although the dead exist there too, just as ghosts. So I suppose it's not just for the living. That said, I'd like to help you.
He approached a nearby tree and placed his hands on it. As he did so, a white petal began to flutter its way down to him from the tree. The whole thing looked like magic, and I watched, dumbfounded by it. The man looks like magic, just him existing is magical. Saya then took my hand and gently laid the petal in my palm.
And this is a Khalifa flower. It purifies corruption and will protect you from the demon one time.
The petal seemed to glow in my hand, filling me with a strange sensation. How does it protect me?
You'll understand when you see Minami. But remember, your heart's strength matters. If you let a demon manipulate you, your mind will start to unravel. Remember this. A strong heart is key against demons. Never show your weaknesses to them.
I'll be careful.
And, since you're unfamiliar here, take this.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. He literally just fucking said that to us in other words. Holy fucking shit, that's funny. He handed me something from his pocket. A device I recognized immediately. He gave us a magic cell phone. A smartphone?
It's not like those in the mortal realm, but it has maps and messaging capabilities.
I never expected smartphones to exist in hell. I was curious about how the device functioned, but I knew now wasn't the time to ask about it. Might be now as opposed to later when you're trying to figure it out. But anyway, we did kind of sort of transition. And we're a little over time. So I'm going to stop here and we will continue next time. And we're going to leave saying I don't want to, but I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.